Hello. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to my Zen Den. My name is Mandy Van Havermont and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up from Gray Eagle, Minnesota. Tonight I am going to share with you, let's get that cord out of the way. I'm going to share with you the December paper pumpkin, and I don't talk about paper pumpkin nearly enough. Paper pumpkin is a monthly subscription. It's a monthly crafting subscription, and it's all inclusive. So everything that you need to make the projects, generally it's cards, sometimes it's some other things. Everything you need is right inside of this box, okay? And it comes to your mail, in your mailbox, once a month. It's pretty inexpensive, and it's a great way to dip your toe into crafting and so on. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to describe what paper pumpkin is for you. We're going to kind of go over, I've started this kit just because I couldn't wait to start this kit, and I was down here playing with it. But I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you what's inside of a kit, and I'm going to explain to you the benefits of the kits. So let's flip the camera around and let's get crafting. There we go. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I can't believe it. I swear I had like 2 Mondays, 2 Tuesdays, 2 Fridays this week. It was crazy. I'm having troubles. There we go. Okay. Hit the right hinge there. All right. So I hope everybody had a great Christmas. And here's what Paper Pumpkin is. Paper Pumpkin is a subscription. It's a monthly subscription. It gets billed, I believe, on the 10th of every month. So generally, the 3rd week of the month or so, you're going to get a box in the mail. And inside the box is generally, so this was last month's kit. This was December's kit. And so inside the box is everything you need to make 9 cards. And when I say everything you need, I am saying everything you need. It's got the adhesive, it's got the dimensionals, it's got an ink spot. Let's go through that. It's got envelopes, it's got it all. So let's go through what's in here. So this month, there's a Blackberry Bliss ink spot. It is the same ink that we use. It's the same ink as my big Blackberry Bliss pad. It's just in a little spot like this. So if you don't have, this is a great way to build up your collection of colors and things like that. That's pretty inexpensive. Generally, it's not the same color 2 months in a row. So it's a neat way to build up your ink collection. This month, there is a small roll of tear and tape adhesive inside of there. There's also some really pretty gems, some gold gems, and then some dimensionals that you'll use. The stamp set, I almost said ink set. The stamp set, this one's just a fun stamp set. Let's see if I can, there. Just a note, thank you, congrats, hello, get well soon, happy birthday, best of luck, lots of love. Just a nice general all-around stamp set. Sometimes there's images on them, sometimes they're all different and they're all exclusive. You always get a little insert, so you can keep your insert in a pouch or in a sleeve or something like that. Keep it all together so you can tell what you've got there. We've got 9 envelopes, and this month the envelopes are a nice mossy meadow green. Really pretty envelopes. We've got our, like I said, I started these already. So this time it came with 2 sheets of cutouts. And so it's going to make 8 cards. So really and truly, let's see, 9 cards. I can't count. 3 times 3. So I've got extra cutouts. So if you don't use these, if you mess them up, you've got the extra cutouts. So that's kind of fun. You've got the card bases. This month, the card bases are all the same, and they're all this beautiful scalloped. And if you look really close, there's like some splattering in there. It's really kind of a fun design. And then we've got some elements that we're going to use on the cards. We've got some vellum leaves there. And so there was 9. I have taken it apart, so there's 6 left. And then 2, here's some more elements of the flowers and the ferns. And then these are stickers. They are designed to use on the envelopes, and I'll go over that in just a second, but I've also used them for some other stuff too. And then on all of that, top of all that, you've got the insert that is inside of there that tells you all the instructions of how to make each card if you want to make them this way. Now, we all know that there is no right way to make a card. So if this doesn't trip your trigger, if doing it this way isn't what you want to do it a different way, and that is perfectly fine. I very rarely follow the instructions, just saying. But let's go through and do one here quick. Let's do, I like this. I love that pretty pink, what is that, a rose? Let's do that card quick. And we'll do it exactly like it says on here. And then I'm going to do one, of course, that's a little different. And I'll show you some other variations of cards that I've made with that. So we're just going to, I was punching it out off on the side, but I don't need to. We're going to punch out all of the little holes and everything. And so it says on our instructions, let's see, right up on top, it tells me I need the flower, and I need this little one of these guys here. So let's gently pull him out. I love vellum elements. They're so pretty. Okay, set that aside. I need one card base. Things are flying all over, and I need one of these ovals here, and they're lined with gold this time. So pretty. And every 3 months, they've added an addition to the paper pumpkin that coordinates with the with 3 months worth of paper pumpkins. Usually, it's always been a die set. So this month, the die set was, and this is an additional purchase. You don't need it, but it coordinates. So we've got a die that says Mary, and then a fern that would go with this set, and then a tag. And so that went with the previous, it coordinates with this paper pumpkin, and it coordinates with the 2 previous paper pumpkins. So that's something to think about too. All right, so I'm going to fold and burnish my card, and like I said, I'm going to do my very best to follow instructions, guys. So what it tells me to do is to turn this over and lay this on. And so, but I'm going to, how do I want that? I want it kind of like that. So I can't turn it over and do it backwards. I have to do it this way. So that's how I want it. I want it to sit kind of like that. I want it to poke out a little bit. So I'm going to use my adhesive, my tear and tape, just like it tells me to. And this is, like I said, paper pumpkin is a great way to stretch your creativity, try some new techniques that you've maybe not ever tried before, try some new designs, some new colors, lots of different things. And it's a really, when I very first started, I used my paper pumpkin stamps so much because they were great stamps, and I was making cards and I was loving every minute of it. And I would take them and mix them with other things. I made so many cards with my paper pumpkin stamps. It's a great way, like I said, to build your collection. So I've took off the backing off of that, so now I'm just going to stick it down right on here, and I think that's so pretty. All right, and so I'm going to cut this open. I'm going to use my snips. It's sealed really nice and tight, but I'm going to cut it open. And these little Stampin' spots, don't cut yourself, okay? Whatever you do, don't cut yourself, which I might do because, you know, that's kind of just how I roll. There we go. All right, so I usually just undo one side. If you want to take the whole thing off, go for it. Let's grab my stamps, which I set right here. We're going to do it just like it says. So I'm doing the happy birthday. In your very first paper pumpkin kit that you get when you subscribe, you're going to get a block also. So you will literally have everything. If you have nothing that is, you have 0 stamping stuff, and you take and you buy a paper pumpkin kit, subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you will have everything you need for a successful stamping adventure. For real, you have everything you need. Add a pair of snips, which they don't need to be these kind of snips. They can be whatever you'd like. Add whatever. Just a pair of snips is really and truly all you need in addition. So very cool. There's things that you can add, but most definitely all you need is the paper pumpkin and a pair of snips. So we're going to add those 3 dimensionals because I'm following the rules. I would have done 3 anyhow. We're going to add that right down. Is that, oh, so they've got it on this side. Let's follow the rules. It's hard for me to follow the rules. And then it says there's 3 little dots even. See, it tells me the happy birthday and the 3 little dots, and it tells you where to put them. So we've got our 3 little dots. If you've got to take your pick tool, knock yourself out and use it. I'm pretending I don't have one because I'm a new stamper. So there we go. So there's our first card, right? You can make that card. That is so beautiful. It is so cool. And these cards, this time, I'm telling you, fantastic. Now, let's zhuzh it up a little bit. Let's do a little extra. So here's my plan. I have got this little fern right there. And I've got a piece of, oh, I forgot one thing. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I need an envelope. I forgot to finish following the rules. We need to finish following the rules. We need to take one of these guys and put it on here. Okay, now I have followed the rules. Ta-da! Yay, yay me. Okay, so now the fun stuff. I'm going to add one little tool into our arsenal here tonight, and that's a blending brush. So I am going to take, I'm actually going to leave that in there. Let's leave that in there just so I have it's a little bit more sturdy. And let's see here. How do I'm going to set that aside because I don't need that. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to grab my blending brush. I'm going to grab my Blackberry Bliss Stampin' Spot and start off when you're using a blending brush, especially on vellum, start off. But we're going to gently color that just so nicely. You don't want to push hard, otherwise you are going to rip that vellum. But it adds just the most beautiful color to it. And this is really going to pop, I'm hoping, behind that leaf. All right. Look at that. Here's a new little technique for you. I like that. I might try that sometime. See, this is how I discover things. I do them by accident, I'm telling you. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Let's pull out, let's go with a circle. Let's grab a card base. So we're going to fold and burnish that. And like I said, if you don't have a bone folder, use what you have. Use the side of a spoon, whatever, right? All right, so it's kind of the basic. We're still going to do basically what we did with the other card. We're going to lay that behind, and look how pretty that's going to be. That just adds something different behind it, right? And I'm going to do it kind of like that. So I'm going to flip my, let's put it up just a little bit. I bet if let's stick it out just a, yeah, let's do it like that. Okay. So same kind of principle here. We're going to grab our tear and tape. And just stick it right on the back of that, right on top. So what that tear and tape is doing, it's sticky on both sides. So it's sticking in between. That's not what I want. And it's adhering the vellum down to the leaf, to the paper piece, and then it's going to adhere the whole thing down onto our card. All right, so let's stick that on there. Isn't that just pretty? Look how much that pops right off of that paper. I love that. All right, and I've got my circle. Let's clean this stamp off. If you don't have a chamois, go ahead and use a baby wipe. Use a washcloth with just water. These inks are water-based, so you can use just water. You don't need to use any kind of fancy cleaner or anything like that. That's what I love about Stampin' Up. Let's see. Let's do Get Well Soon. That looks like a nice Get Well card. And I'm going to tell you, this is a brand new stamp. I have not used that stamp yet. So we're going to pull it off. And what I like to do before I use before I use a stamp, sometimes those photopolymer stamps, actually almost every time, they've got like a film on them. So what I do is there's a cardboard insert inside of your paper pumpkin that all this comes on, cellophane too. Just go ahead and just rub it on there like that. I mean, this is not there's no science behind it. But what it's going to do is rough up that surface just a little bit, get rid of that gunk. And you can see on my thing, it has a little bit of like felty stuff. That's what you're getting off. And some of that might be cardboard, but it's also some of the, it's going to make your image a lot better. Okay, so we're going to ink this up. Get well soon. Like that. Beautiful. All right. And I'm going with 3 again. 3 is going to be my lucky number tonight. Whoopsie-doo. Get well soon, right on top of there. That is so pretty. And let's do a few more gold gems on here. 1 down there. Do a small one there. And how about a small one? Whoa, not there. Right about there. I think that looks good. So how about that for an alternative? I'm going to do one more alternative because I have to show you. I took and did a couple more earlier. And this one, what I did is, let's do it quick. Let's do it quick. I'll show you exactly what I did. I took those elements, and this is, you can see there's a clear piece of the vellum back behind. So it's basically just like a regular follow the rules card. However, what I did is I took my blending brush and a card base. So I'm going to take that blending brush, and this is the smaller blending brush. I tend to like the smaller ones a little bit better, especially they've got a little bit more control, I feel like. And what you're going to do is where you're going to be able to hide where you start is where you want to. And just with ever so lightly of a hand, you're going to blend out. And that, the reason you start in the middle is so that if you do get too thick for some reason, it's going to hide it behind that other little thing. And here, look at this. Isn't this just the coolest thing? Look at those splatters. That really accentuates the splatters that are behind there. I think that is so fun. And so that's how I came up with this card here. And I just loved how that turned out with the shading behind it. And I thought that would make a great, what a beautiful wedding card, right? So there's that card. And then this card I took, and it's very similar to my card that I followed the rules on, except for one thing. And I'll show you what I did there. I took my labels, and I'm going to be short labels now, and that's okay. And what I did is I cut these apart. I'm going to use my snips, and I'm just going to cut them apart because you can see there's lines in between these. Okay, so now I've got my one sticker. You can see the lines that are around it there. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm grabbing my blending brush, and I'm just going to color that a nice Blackberry Bliss color. So it's really easy to doctor these up if you want to. Obviously, I'm not going to have a label for my green envelope, but if you use a darker pen, you will be just fine, or use an address label. I use a lot of address labels when I'm sending my cards. So there's that. And so now I'm going to take my card base, and I'm just going to stick this right on there. And if you wanted to put another layer of cardstock on, you totally could. Like I said, this is a springboard. If you want to zhuzh it up however you want. And then that is how I made, where did that card go? Right there. So I never added the gold. Let's add some gold bling to it, because gold bling is great. And that's going to just make that, let's do it on the white. It's going to make it just pop that much more. What a gorgeous set. So the reason that I'm showing you Paper Pumpkin tonight is because Celebration is coming up, and it is the best time of year. So Paper Pumpkin is a subscription. If you go on to page 11, sorry about that. Ooh. Okay, if you go on to page 11 of the big annual catalog, and I believe it's in the smaller catalogs too, there's the Paper Pumpkin page. And it doesn't really tell you much, but it gives you a QR code that's going to direct you. And so it's going to direct you to a nice little thing on our website. 1 month of Paper Pumpkin is $24 plus tax. It's 1 month. You plug it, you order the subscription, you go to paperpumpkin.com and you get your 1 month of Paper Pumpkin. Very cool. If you order 3 months, you will get a little bit of a discount. So 3 month subscription is $71. So it's a little less than $24 a month. If you order 6 months subscription, it's $130.50 or $21.75 a month. And you can order 12 month subscriptions for $252 or $21 a month. Now, we are going to tie that in with Celebration, which you guys should be getting your Celebration catalogs really soon. I'm hoping every day I go to work at the post office and I'm like, today's the day they're going to get their annual or their little mini catalog and their Celebration. And then it's not today. But here's the deal. With $60, you're going to get free product from Celebration from January 7th to February 28th. So if you order a 3 month subscription of Paper Pumpkin, you're going to receive 1 Celebration item. If you order a 6 month subscription for $130.50, you're going to get 2 Celebration items. And if you order a 12 month subscription, you're going to get 4 Celebration items for free. So it really is the best time of year to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. I love it. Everybody loves getting things in their mailbox that is not a bill. So, and it's getting some crafting fun in. And it's a great, like I said, it's such a fun surprise to get in the mail. And I know what's coming, and it's a lot of fun to get a Paper Pumpkin in the mail. It's so great. It's my little box of getaway every month. So I hope you'll consider it, and especially during Celebration, which will be coming up starting January 7th. So if you're interested in starting in Paper Pumpkin, January 7th is when Celebration starts. So go ahead and order your subscription then and get it all set up by the 10th of January, and you will be in on next month's Paper Pumpkin, which is going to be kind of, the fun part is we don't know exactly what it's going to be, but we've got a few teasers. So it's going to be Valentine themed. So that'll be fun. You can get your Valentines going, in January for February. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you back here again, hopefully next Friday night. Things have been nuts, I'm telling you. Hopefully I will be back here next Friday night. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.